Okay, everyone, so I'd like to work on installing C1 here, the tuning gang capacitor. And tuning gang capacitor is this thing, and it comes in a bag with these three little screws, the knob, and a sticker that goes in the knob. Make sure that you don't lose any of the screws when you take it out. Just take it easy. Um, all of the stuff that's in here for this is on Figure M on how to install it. So I'm going to click her over or turn the page over to Figure M here, and that shows us what we got here. Now it says your kit may contain a 3-lead or 4-lead capacitor. Bend the leads as shown. Fasten C1 into place on the top side of the board with the screws. So looking here where it says 3 leads and 4 leads, I'm not really sure what the difference is other than where the leads come out of this thing at. Mine looks like a 4-lead, but I only see 3 leads coming out of it. So I'm going to assume that it's a 4-lead, but it doesn't really matter because there's only 3 leads on it. I did bend the leads. I don't know if you can see how I bent them there. I just did that with my fingers. I just bent like the last 1/8 inch or so of the tab to be parallel with the bottom of this thing, just so it would make it easier to solder. I didn't do anything fancy there, just use my finger to make that bend. I'm hoping all of you can see what I'm talking about there, how I just kind of bent it flat. Once that's done, then we're ready to install this thing. And so the first step is putting this thing on here the right direction, and then just as shown, and then we're going to put the screws in. So I got these little teeny tiny screws that my fat fingers aren't too good at managing. You're going to want to get a small Phillips screwdriver for this. If you don't have a small Phillips screwdriver at home, please let me know. I will get you one from the school here somehow. Ooh. Done with that. Okay. All right, now we're going to do our soldering. So I'm going to solder each one of these pads onto this thing, or each one of these tabs onto the pad. So I'm going to heat up the tab and the pad together here. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, we got that done. Okay, then we're on to right here where it says fasten the knob to the capacitor of to the shaft of the capacitor with one M2.5 by 8 millimeter screw. So got the knob here. And if you look on the knob, there's kind of like a, it fits over the shaft in a certain way. You can't just put it on here. It kind of presses onto the shaft, okay? So make sure that you get that right. Don't just put the screw in it without that being in the correct spot. I'm finding this to be a little bit tougher than what I thought it would be. And I really am having to push on this to get this to go over that shaft correctly. Kind of rocking it back and forth, that seemed to be the best method. Make sure you have those screws in there when you do that. If you didn't have those screws in there, you were going to break something, that's for sure. Okay, So I'm trying to do stuff fast here, so I managed to lose that little screw that goes in here. Luckily, I've got some extras. I will put that screw on through the middle of my dial here so I can finish the video. But put the screw on to hold this thing on next. That would be the first thing that you got to do. The next thing is turn the dial fully clockwise. All right, so fully clockwise is going to be this way right here. So I'm going to turn it like this, this, and this, all the way till it maxes out. Once it's maxed out, then we're ready to install the little sticker here holding the dial in place, or the little sticker that shows the station numbers. So if you look on the diagram right here at the bottom, it shows the arrow, which is our arrow right here, should point to 1600 on the sticker when the dial is all the way clockwise. So I'm going to take this thing off of the piece here, and boy, this is not coming off here all that hot. There we go. And I'm going to put that on there so it points to 1600 when it's all the way. And hey, then we're done. All right, that's it for this week. Next week we should be getting this thing working, up and humming, and we'll be listening to some music before you know it. Don't try to start anything yet. Don't do anything. We'll go through all the alignments next week, okay? Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you next week.